In the last few years, you try to switch from comedies like Game Night to dramas, crime thrillers, always also trying to find the melancholy side in your comic characters, which is the secret in order to be to try to all different things and always to find the balance between the tones.
I don't know. I try to play characters that are pretty relatable and pretty human, and I don't try to do too much comedically or dramatically because I just don't like to see a lot of acting. It's just my personal taste. I think when people are really doing something big, whether it be comedic or dramatic, you can start to. There's only a few actors that can really pull it off, and I'm not one of those, so I like to stay inside my skill set.
You've done a lot of movies and TV series and comedies which you have a huge ensemble cast. Which is the secret in order to find the right tone and the right balance and between all these actors?
Well, I think you have to make sure that everybody is nice. That's a big part of it. I think when somebody is disruptive on the set, it can just kind of ruin everything. And so you got to find good people. And then in a comedy, you got to make sure that everybody's making the same flavor of comedy. There's a bunch of different ways in which to make an audience laugh. And I think if you're inside the same comedic tone, things tend to work out.
Mm-hmm. This movie is really full of very funny scenes and jokes. Which was the funniest scene to shoot in Game Night?
I don't know. They were all really fun because everybody was so good at what they do. I did enjoy the scene that Rachel and I had where she was pulling the bullet out of my arm. That was a lot of fun because it was just sort of fast and rhythmic and was a couple of pages long, and we really had a good time doing that. But a lot of it was fun. The shooting at night was not that fun. I'm not a big fan of working past dinner time. I like to be in bed.
And back in the years, I've always been a huge fan of Arrested Development and Friday Night Lights. So seeing together you playing with Chandler, it was a dream to me. How about working with him?
He's a really nice guy. Have you talked to him yet?
No, not yet, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's a really good guy and very funny, and we were very lucky to get him on this. We were hoping he'd say yes, and he did.
Do you approach characters in a different way when for example, you have, I don't know, just 6 weeks shooting in a movie to develop it, or when you have something like 3 or 4 seasons, just like Arrested Development, or hopefully also Martin Bard in Ozark?
Not really. With a film, you've got a beginning and a middle and an end, and it's all set up there, and you know exactly what the finish line is, and that can kind of inform how you're going to play the character so that you can deliver the audience to a finish line that will be satisfying. With an ongoing series, you don't know where the character is going to end up. They're not, the writers don't know, and so that's sort of a process where you kind of figure it out together as the writers start to see what emotions that character plays in a really interesting way. That will inform where the stories go. So it's a bit more of a collaboration, and it's a different process. Both are really fun, though.